There is another important feature in draft. So let me delete the draft what I have created earlier and edit the extrusion what I have created. I will add more sketches to it or more loops to it. So this is the second loop because first is already created over here. I will add another small circle over here, another cuboid type shape over here, and a small rectangle square over here. Clear? And let me just press OK to extrude them. Now I want to create a hole, so I'll just change the direction of the extrusions and I will press the remove material command. So you can see I have the hole right now, and imagine I want to make a through hole. So basically this removes the material completely, and let me press OK. Now let me use the shell command. So do not worry right now, the shell command will be discussed in the future videos in detail. So what does the shell command does is it removes the material and creates a shell in the feature. So I have clicked the top surface and you can see the material is being removed right now. Clear? I'll just press OK right now. So I have this feature with me present on the screen and I want to add a draft on the top surface. So the procedure is simple again. I'll click the draft, I'll zoom it, I'll select the top surface. So when I'm selecting the top surface, you may observe that all the top surface regions are selected. This is including the extruded regions as well. Clear? Now I'll just click the right click. I'll assign the hinge to be the right side face, and with respect to the right side face, I will alter the angle of the draft. Now I can press OK. I have the draft ready with me. Now you can see one thing. When I have induced the draft command into the model, the material is being removed, and the material is also being removed for the extruded components what I have created. Clear? Now say I do not want to add the draft for this extruded components. So what is the option for me with which I can hold the draft for these loops what I've created or this extrusion components what I've created? So in order to do that, I have to edit the draft again. And you can see in certain view that there are loops over here. I mean the sketches what we have created for extrusion. I have to go to the options. And under options, I have an option called Exclude loops. So I have to simply click over there and select the loop which I do not want to be joining the draft. So let me select the first loop, and immediately after selecting the first loop, you can see that the rectangle what I have created comes back to its original position. If I want to add another loop to it, I can simply hold the control command and I can select the second loop. So the second loop also comes back to its original position. Again, let me want to add one more loop to it. So I'll just press control and I'll add the next loop. So I have excluded these three loops from the main draft. I'll simply press OK right now and I have them back at their own position. Now I can add another draft for these features. Let me see how does it work. I'll go to the draft. I'll select the top surface. So right now these three faces are selected, and let me assign a draft with respect to the other side. So I'll just right click on the screen, go to the draft hinges and select the face. Now with respect to this face, I can add the angle of inclination or the angle of draft. So I can change the angle as per requirement, let's say 45 degrees. And you can see that they are having an angle of 45 degree draft. So this is an interesting feature in the draft with which we can exclude the loops and maintain the draft as desired. If you're not wanting them to be looped, you have to simply go to the edit command. If you're not wanting them to be drafted, we have to go to the edit command, go to the options, select the exclude loop and select the loop which you do not want to be drafted. Press OK and you have the loop back to its original position. Let us move to the next video.